to get started with the actual teachings that he's presented, these sort of 6 key topics, the first one Dr. Pillai has brought to our attention is about communicating with gods and goddesses or divine beings. So I wanted to ask you kind of the basic question of what is a god or goddess, and why would you or I or someone joining the program want to communicate with them?
That is the question, right? Why talk to gods and goddesses? It's not necessary for our day-to-day life, or so we think. And Dr. Pillai, in several other videos that he's made, has described gods and goddesses as, in Indian nomenclature, they're called something else. They're called devatas, which are bright, shiny beings. Gods and goddesses are super normal beings that have a tremendous amount of light and energy and power. And the ones that have become known on the earth plane all have the ability to gift you with certain help on this earth plane if, as Dr. Pillai writes, if you know the password and you know the time to call them and you know the place, these bright, shiny beings will call upon you. And I'm sorry, just my phone was going off there. These bright, shiny beings are there for you to be called upon. There's a phone call. They're calling. And they will respond to you. So, but the question is why? Like, well, okay, that's great. They're there. We can ask, but why do I need them? And I thought of a couple practical examples on how to make that really useful. One is that, say for instance, you're just going through your day, you're a powerful person, you're in work, you're trying to accomplish something, you want to do good. But what happens is you have someone at the office who's causing tons of problems for you, probably because you're a good person, right? And they're having a bad day. But every time you come to the office, this person is out there to create obstacles for you, delay your work, and just make work a miserable experience. Now, our logical human way to fix that problem would be to go to the boss, try to talk to that person, try to work, but what if they're just not approachable? This is where an example of where you would want to communicate with the gods and goddesses. You can easily then, with the right password at the right time and the place, call upon the god of protection. And that god of protection would come and protect you. He would immediately cut those negative energy lines towards you, and that person would stop even thinking about you entirely. So when you go to the office, you would have this harmony and this peace where you could do your work and your dharma and what you want to accomplish without this additional obstacle. So on the other side, if you are going for, say you want to create a new business, or you want to get an interview with somebody or talk to a new client, but you're not even sure they're going to give you the time of day, they're a little bit out of your realm, you could call upon like a god of prosperity or god or goddess of prosperity who can grant you and attract that meeting to you, where your normal karma, your normal mindset would not think you're good enough to get that meeting or would sabotage that meeting. They would say no and you would get despondent. With this, with calling upon the gods and goddesses, if you have that god or goddess who is the one who controls the energy of attraction, and you request them, you're like, please get this meeting for me, you would get that meeting. And even if you were turned down, something would happen and you would still get that meeting. So there are ways you can ask gods and goddesses for help, very practical ways. And it's not something we grow up with, why do you want to communicate with God? But there are practical ways that learning to communicate with these bright, shiny beings can really be helpful in your life.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I also think it's very relevant to people. I've heard a lot of stories about workplace, just, working it out with people in your office or your family or your friends. So that's a great example that really helps people